Hey guys, it's the interview queen Alicia Atu here, and I would like to welcome you to a wrestling review by Alyx in Alyx's World. This is a safe space for wrestling fans to be just that, wrestling fans. So at this point in time, I have a favor to ask all of you. Be sure to hit that notification bell so anytime Alyx posts a brand new podcast, you'll get the alert and be able to check out the awesome content. And while we're at it, Alyx is trying to expand his brand. He has a pro wrestling tee store now, so also check that out and support him that way. Thank you so much for hanging with me, guys. This has been the interview queen. Now enjoy the videos.
Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's World.
Hello all, welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Just want to be sure that this thing is on. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if this mic is on or not. I think I'm okay. It looks like I'm okay. I'm going to assume everything is good. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my Wrestling Q&A Corner. Alyx's World Q&A Corner, Deluxe Man Q&A Corner, whatever you want to call it, number 99. 99 Q&A corners. Jeez. It really should be more. I probably should have like at least 200 of these if I did them every week. I used to do these every single week. I stopped for a good reason. But I think going into 2021, I'm going to do these more regularly. The plan is to do more of these. And the reason why I would like to do more of these is because starting with episode 100, I am going to start interviewing wrestlers for my Q&A corners. So what will happen is I will announce who and what, when, how, why, who I'll be interviewing ahead of time, and then you guys will send me the questions. And I will ask them whatever you ask me. Now, of course, I'll have to pass it through the agents of the wrestlers, of course, to make sure that these are okay. But for the most part, best believe that going forward, you're going to get input from wrestlers. Whether it's independent wrestlers or mainstream wrestlers. Now, episode 100 will be a mainstream wrestler. I kind of already have it set up. And you're going to love it. You're going to love whoever comes on episode 100. Matter of fact, as of right now, the way things are set up for 2021, the next live broadcast, it's looking like it's going to be... Look, I don't know if I'm going to do NXT TakeOver War Games. I know a lot of people want me to talk about that. We'll see. I probably will just do a recorded review of it. I don't think I really want to come up here live and talk about that. I really want to dedicate the month of December to something else. But we'll see. For the most part, the guaranteed live shows will be who will win the Royal Rumble, who will win the 2021 Royal Rumble, both the men and women's Rumbles. And then we'll do the live Q&A for the wrestler. Those are the first two live broadcasts you will get in January. Now, you're wondering who this will be. Who will be this live, amazing professional wrestler that I am going to interview here on YouTube? You'll have to wait until the middle of December. I will announce it in the middle of December. And to catch that announcement, you will have to follow me on social media. I'm going to make you wait. I'm going to make you guess. I'm going to make you speculate. You're going to have to really, really try hard to guess, because I guarantee you're not going to see it coming. No, it's not John Cena. If it was John Cena, boy, best believe it would shut down the internet. But yeah, absolutely. You'll get your answer in the middle of December. I promise you. So let's enjoy this final Q&A corner edition by first off paying some bills. If this is the first time you're watching me and you like what you have seen, what you have experienced, and you want more, why don't you do me a favor? Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Get you a t-shirt. Get you a t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx World t-shirt. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Or get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie t-shirt. Made by It's J Knox and Philip, aka my boy, Firestar Heart. Also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at VX1, Alyx's World, give me a follow on Instagram, I have an email, check that out. You can also donate at any point in time during the broadcast using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat. Super Chats are officially on for your lovely viewing pleasure. Let's go ahead and get some shout outs. Who here? Who here in this Super Chats already? Look at that.
Will AJ Styles have a match with Adam Cole at WrestleMania this year at Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium?
Well, I mean, this is a Q&A broadcast. I'm going to say no. I think that's a little too soon for... Yeah, it might be... Well, honestly, if not then when? Because I'm pretty sure AJ is about to retire very, very soon. And Adam Cole should be called up by then. You know what, Sam? I think we might, in fact, get it. At WrestleMania, though? It'll probably happen on, like, a random episode of Monday Night Raw. Or, like, Money in the Bank. I don't think we're gonna get it at WrestleMania. I don't think Vince sees WrestleMania in Adam Cole and or AJ Styles, sadly. Alright, here we go. Heartbreak Kid Rockstar, One Extreme, Adam Ritter, Scorp 18 Talks Wrestling, T-Dog Channel, Quentin Gilbert, Chase Games, HS, Shannon M365, Kevin Holden, Christopher Carter, The Beep Jr., Aaron Thomas, and then we got Ultra Shadow 97, and then Yeslin Velez. Is it Velez or Velez? Am I saying your name right? I want to be sure I'm saying everybody's name right. And I don't know why I'm talking like this. Let's see. Rari Kitty Balloonicorn. Nemo JJ Fletch. Elias Ademi. And of course, Firestar Heart, when we see him, say hello. Mike Blue T. The British? Oh, like British or Beatrice? The Beatrice. BRTREST Talks Wrestling. That guy. I'm not gonna butcher his name anymore. A couple more. Necro Eric 420, FG 204, and Jet the Hawk. All right. If I don't say your name, it's not because I hate you. I do want to go ahead and get to this Q&A before Raw, because I know some of y'all are just waiting on bated breath for Raw to start, right? You can't wait for Raw? Can you wait for Raw? Some of you are not even gonna watch Raw. That's why I say that sarcastically. All right, let's get started. And yes, you're saying my name right. Awesome, Mr. Velez. Oh, and also say hello to, I'm pretty sure you'll see him, the Super Chat champion, nickname Mai. Now, nickname Mai has been calling out the former champ Victor Velasco, playing a Taz, letting Victor know that as long as he's around, that he will always be better than Victor. Now, Victor hasn't been here for a while. Victor has been silent. He's been hiding in the shadows. Why? Who knows? Will Victor eventually come back to reclaim his championship? Find out next time on in Alyx's World. Well, you know where I was going with that. Let's start things off with the Facebook questions. Or Super Chat. That works too.
Next Monday Night Raw will be sucked because NFL will have 3 games.
Yes, I agree that Monday Night Raw will most likely be suck. It will definitely be suck. Thank you, 7 people, for your donation. Alright, start out with Facebook. Then I'll go to Twitter, and then I'll go to my email. Sounds good? Awesome, let's get right to it. First question comes from Chase Holland, who starts things off with a doozy. Is 2020 not just one of the worst years in history, but also the worst year in professional wrestling, period? Is 2020 the worst year in wrestling for WWE, for AEW, for New Japan Pro Wrestling, for PWG, for ROH, you name it? First off, I want to give my condolences to all the wrestlers and wrestling companies that either lost their jobs or just had to shut down because of this horrible, horrible year. It hasn't been very kind to the indie shows, that's for sure. Granted, a lot of the indie promotions were on the verge of shutting down anyways with the emergence of AEW. But let's be real. In terms of years that hurt wrestling the most, this is up there. I have a whole new appreciation for a wrestling audience. I am now convinced that wrestling cannot work without a crowd. They tried it, and it bombed miserably. It can't work without a crowd. You need an audience. You must have genuine crowd reactions, not controlled reactions like they do at the Thunderdome. Oh my goodness. Genuine crowd reactions. That's what we need. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what is going to bring wrestling back. Genuine crowd reactions in 2021. So it's been a rough year. By all means, it's been a horrible year for everyone, not just in wrestling, but everyone involved. In the music business, it's been rough for acting, it's been rough for teaching, it's been rough for job security, period. Everyone took a hit this year. With that said, we have to give credit where credit is due. The fact that AEW and WWE survived 2020, in and of itself, that's an accomplishment. That's a victory. Especially AEW. The fact that AEW survived this, I think it's safe to say they're going to be around for a while. Because if there was ever a year for this company to flop, this would have been it. Granted, Impact Wrestling is still here. Although I'm expecting that to flop very... Let's be real. I think we all know that at some point in time, Impact Wrestling has to flop, right? Like, come on. Come on. Like, for real, like, goddamn. How many bullets can this company take? Regardless, whether you're Impact Wrestling, whether you're ROH, whether you're AEW, whether you're WWE, the fact that they survived the year is a victory. And in spite of not having a crowd, I gotta say, we still got some good shows. NXT gave us some good shows, not the greatest shows. And I can't really say they gave us NXT quality shows either. The only NXT quality show we got this year, there were 2 of them. There was NXT TakeOver Portland, because that had a crowd, and then NXT Halloween Havoc. Those are the only 2 shows where I felt, alright, that's NXT TakeOver. That's NXT. I don't expect NXT TakeOver War Games to give me the exact same vibe, sadly. I'm sorry. Just being honest with you. But yeah, NXT still gave us great shows. AEW gave us some amazing shows themselves. You gotta give them credit where credit is due. AEW was able to weather the storm, was able to produce good content within the first year of their show during a pandemic. That's incredible. Incredible. Good stuff. Good stuff all around. WWE. To me, I can't say WWE had their worst year, but it was not a good year. It wasn't a good year for the company whatsoever. There's no way in hell. The only good thing, honest to God, the only good thing that came out of WWE in 2020, I'll give you two. I'll be generous and give you two. McIntyre as WWE champ and the Roman Reigns heel turn. Technically, I should probably just say the Roman Reigns heel turn, because I'm sorry, McIntyre winning the championship without a crowd, that's not cool. I cannot be okay with that, and I will not be okay with that. So I could just honestly say the Roman Reigns heel turn. That's the only good thing to come out of this year. They had The Fiend lose to Goldberg for some dumb dick reason. Fired Zelina Vega. Had pandemic outbreaks, not one, but two. I think more than one. We're probably even not getting the full story on that. I would have to think everyone at one point in time got sick working with WWE. Trust me, I think I'm not in the minority when I say that. I'm almost certain. I'm positive. I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, that WWE has infected a good majority of their workers. Guarantee you. So, I'll give them credit where credit is due. They survived. And they're still making money. They're gonna continue to make money because they have a $1 billion contract deal. $1 billion contract deal.
How you know NXT TakeOver War Games will be not good show to watch and maybe not review.
I'm just not interested. Simple as that. Let me tell you something. You're looking at, well, once was the most passionate, most hardcore wrestling fan of NXT. You couldn't get more excited for NXT TakeOver than me. You couldn't. When even I go, I'm not that excited. That should be something to worry about. The only way that I'll even consider watching NXT TakeOver is, I don't know. I personally don't think there's not much they can do right now. Because the matches they have lined up for it, and I've seen the card, I'm alright. I don't really care. The War Games matches, I'm just like, alright, sure. But yeah, that's just how I feel. So, to just answer this question so we can move on. I don't think 2020 is the worst year in wrestling history. I think, surprisingly enough, there have been worse years. I think 2019 is a lot worse. 2019 was pretty bad. 2018, I might put 2020 and 2018 in the same, like they're right there next to each other. That's probably where 2020 is. But before then, I still think 2009 is a horrible year for Raw. Great year for SmackDown, but a horrible year for Raw. We might get to a point where Raw might be worse now. I would have to go back and watch some of Raw back then, because goddamn, at least, look, we can hate on Cena and Triple H fighting each other 10,000 times, but goddamn it, they're so much better than the people we got now. I think Raw might actually be in the worst state that it's ever been when you look at the roster and how much it's lacking of star power, and then the booking of it all. It's just, ugh. So, creative-wise, we're probably in the worst year. Probably. Creative-wise. Creatively. I don't know. When it's all said and done, I can look back on it and go, that was the absolute worst year in wrestling. Honestly, I take that back. No. There's my answer. It's not the worst year. Is it one of the worst? You can argue that. I'm not going to go against that. But I'm going to go with the mindset of the fact that they survived is a testament in and of itself. So for that very reason, no, this was not the worst year. If they had gone out of business, I would have said yeah. But they didn't. So that's my thoughts. I cannot, for the life of me, say that this was the worst year. I've sat through Jinder Mahal's championship runs. I've sat through the 2009 Raw guest hosts. I've sat through the anonymous general manager. I'm sorry, like, I've experienced a lot worse. And some of us sat through the 1994, 1996 era. That was... Don't get me started in 2007, y'all. Yeah, I can't. This is not the worst year. It's not. There have been a lot worse years. There you go. That's my answer. You guys give me your thoughts down below. Let's get to these other questions. Continuing on with Chase from Florence, South Carolina. What would you say has been the best year? The best year, well, I guess it depends on what period you were born in, right? For me, it's 1998. That's the year I started watching wrestling. That was the height of the Attitude Era, and it hasn't been back since. Although I feel like overall, 2000 probably is the greatest year of that era. But my personal favorite is 1998 because that's when I started watching. What would you say is the best pay-per-view this year? Oh, okay. I guess it has to be Rumble, right? No, he says WWE pay-per-view. Now, if he said pay-per-view period, I would by default go with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because they have a crowd. No, in WWE, it has to be the Royal Rumble. Because that was a great show. You had Edge returning. You had McIntyre winning the Rumble. Although he did it by eliminating Brock Lesnar, who shouldn't be in it. I don't care. Whatever. Overall, yeah. I might have to go with Rumble. I was there live, so I'm biased. But I can't think of any other, like... We've had some good shows from WWE. But in terms of, like, blow me away, oh my god, that was great. The only one that came close to that was the Royal Rumble. So that's it, the Rumble. It hasn't gotten back to that level since, sadly. Thoughts on the AEW video game so far? Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't watched the reaction. I haven't done a reaction to the AEW video games yet. I don't even know what it looks like. Do y'all want to see me react to it real quickly? I'm gonna have to turn the sound down. There's not gonna be any sound in there. I just wanna just take a look at it. Would you guys be okay with that? I think y'all don't give a shit. I don't care. So let's react to it. Let me look it up real quick. So AEW video game trailer. I literally have not looked at anything when it comes to this. So we're gonna look at it. Again, there's not gonna be any sound because I don't want to get in trouble. So because AEW, I've gotten copyright strikes from AEW before. I don't know how finicky they are with using footage. So we'll just look at the graphics, and then we'll judge it off of that because I have no idea what I'm in store for. Okay, so I found it. Come with me to a world of pure imagination. Sorry. So here it is. Booyah. Sound off, so I don't get copyright struck. Here we go. This game is still in early development. Okay, so it hasn't even finished yet. Let me take a look at this. Let's see here. Ooh, already I like it. Aren't those the creators of No Mercy? Y'all. Dukes made, well, they made No Mercy, but they also made, didn't they also make WrestleMania 2? Man, yeah. I'm already liking it. Good taste. Someone like No Mercy. Probably King Omega. Okay, believe the unbelievable. There's Omega. I mean, just taking a look at it right now. It's not terrible. Little cartoony. Hopefully the gameplay plays like No Mercy. It's simplified. Ooh, he dodged it. Nice. Uh-oh, someone interfered. Is it Moxley? No, it's Hikaru Shida! Oh, look at us. Woman power. It's okay. Again, it's not blowing me away. It's serviceable. It's serviceable graphics. What I care about is the gameplay. If the gameplay is as simple as No Mercy, you got a winner. Okay, well that's not bad. I don't necessarily hate that. That's based off of what they have right now. I'm intrigued. I want to see what the final product is going to be. And I want more details on the gameplay. If it plays like No Mercy, you got a winner. You got a winner. That's pretty goddamn cool. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. That's not really a big deal. Apparently they also did Here Comes the Pain. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm excited about Ukes. Let's move on. Thank you, Chase. Kevin Holden from Humboldt, Texas. My boy Kevin from Texas. He's a Texan like me. You know, we Texans like to speak to each other like this, like this, like this. What is the most realistic match Roman Reigns can have at WrestleMania 37? Oh, if he doesn't get The Rock. He has a bad feeling it's going to be Goldberg. Shit. Look, they have set it up to where if they can't get The Rock, more than likely it will be Drew McIntyre. Which is perfectly fine. I guess you said most realistically. So I believe it's going to be Drew McIntyre. That's the more realistic match than him versus Goldberg. If I don't get The Rock, here's what I want. I want it to be Big E. I don't think we're getting Big E. I don't think they want to give us Big E. Some people are saying Daniel Bryan. They're going to do Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble. We'll get that one out the way. They're saving that for Rumble, though. But yeah, although that would be a great WrestleMania match. Bryan versus Roman? Damn, you could make that work. But no, they're going to do it at the Royal Rumble because it plays into what happened at Royal Rumble 2015. It's just too perfect. The story is so great for the Rumble. So I agree with them holding it off into the Rumble. So yeah, McIntyre is the most realistic opponent if he doesn't get The Rock or Goldberg. Please don't give him Goldberg. Do you have any expectation on Robert Pattinson being the new Batman? I have no expectation. If he's good, awesome. If he sucks, he will hear about it. I stopped putting expectations on actors. Honestly, when Heath Ledger killed it as the Joker. Since that day, since Heath Ledger came in and massacred that role as a Joker, completely changed the perception of Joker. Ever since then, I've been like, you know what? It don't even matter to me. Let's see what he can do. Let's give him a shot. He can probably completely bomb, in which case we should never, ever hire him again. Or he'll reinvent Batman. Now, I don't know if the guy from Twilight can do that, but why not? Give him a shot. That's what I think. Nothing else to really say about it. I don't really think he's going to suck. But will he blow me away? Who knows? Brian B. from MTL. Is Vince McMahon a fan of pro wrestling? Is Vince McMahon a fan of professional wrestling? Does he watch wrestling or has a favorite wrestler other than the times he's in the building for work-related WWE stuff? Okay, honestly, Vince is a fan of the glitz and glamour of wrestling. Vince is a fan of the moments of wrestling. Vince is a fan of the characters and the storytelling. Vince is a fan of everything else but the wrestling. Vince, I can guarantee you, if he could have wrestling without wrestling, actual wrestling inside a wrestling ring, he would do it. Vince is into movies. Vince is into cinematics. Vince can give two shits about wrestling. And that's just not coming from me. You just gotta ask. Ask the pros who worked with Vince. Why do you think Undertaker and Hulk Hogan never went out of their way to show their true in-ring abilities? I love that people say Hulk Hogan couldn't wrestle. He can wrestle. He's always been able to wrestle. He just never did because that's not what Vince wanted and not what got money. That's how business works, y'all. Hulk Hogan wasn't someone that purposely didn't wrestle because he couldn't. He just did because he knows what sells. Hogan could always wrestle. Understand that. He's just not someone that does it. But yo, I don't think Vince is a fan of professional wrestling, sadly. I know. Will you ever... Oh, is that it for Brian B? That's it for Brian B. Thanks, Brian B. This is from Sam Peeboon. Will you ever... Right, because Sam Peeboon's asked like 2,000 questions already. We're joking, Sam. Will you ever want to watch the documentaries of Liv Morgan and Keith Lee? I will be watching both of them sometime this week. I actually do plan on watching the Keith Lee one because I'm doing a video on Keith Lee. That's going to be fun. Liv Morgan, I'll probably knock that out tonight, but I'm not going to do a video on Liv Morgan. I'll do one on Keith Lee. There will be one on Keith Lee, guarantee. But thank you for the question. Adam Ritter from South Carolina. If you had to lock... Adam, what's your deal, bro? What's wrong with you? Jesus, listen to this question. If you had to lock yourself in a room with any of these people, who would you choose? Nia Jax, Eva Marie, Cameron, me, or Tamina? You know what? Adam, for asking that question, I now don't like you. So I will tolerate Eva Marie. I can tolerate Eva Marie. Eva Marie seems to be a cool chick behind scenes, but just a bad character on TV. She just can't act worth the shit. I'm not gonna mess with Nia Jackson. She'll injure me somehow by breathing in my direction. Cameron just seems like she'll be a nightmare. And Tamina has anger issues, so by default, Eva Marie. The hell's wrong with you, Adam? Asking me that question. Favorite Rugrats character? I almost said Angelica. Nah. I mean, I love them all. Can I just love them all? Tommy, Chucky, Phil and Lil. No. Fuck. Chucky. Chucky's me. That's basically why I'm picking him. Because that was me. I was Chucky when I was a kid. I know we all like to think we all want to be Tommy. That's just it. Tommy's the person you want to be. But in reality, we're basically a Chucky. Chucky was the relatable one because that was us. We're all like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we going on adventures as babies? What the fuck? We're babies. Alexander Shavers from Atlanta, Georgia. How you doing, man? I'm doing great. Next question. No, I'm joking. What he asked me. What if WWE and NXT agree to work with AEW? Super chat.
Will you want to watch Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max on Christmas Day?
We'll have to see about that. I'll think about that. That's not something I'm against, though. I've been enjoying the DC movies as of lately. I might enjoy that one, but we'll see. What if WWE and NXT agreed to work with AEW one time for Survivor Series in the future? What would be the perfect card? Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? Fantasy booking AEW versus WWE. Oh, man. These questions. Why are you doing this to me? Guess you... Look. If you're giving us Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and of course Chris Jericho and his posse with MJF, Here's what we'll do. We'll do a women's Survivor Series 5-on-5. 5 of the best AEW girls, 5 of the best WWE girls. So what is that going to be? Is that going to be Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Jesus Christ, Nyla Rose, Abaddon, and my girl, Big Swole, sorry. Big Swole taking on Bailey, Sasha, Bianca Belair. And then I would say Peyton because I love Peyton Royce. But Shayna Baszler, and then pick somebody. I don't care. No, not Nia Jax. Liv Morgan. There you go. I like Liv Morgan. There's your 5-on-5 women's match. Does that sound great? No? Too bad. That's what you're getting. You asked the goddamn question. I would do Team Cody versus Team Rollins. Team Cody, which would consist of the 4 horsemen. No, wait. Oh, we all know that. Look, by this time next year, the 4 horsemen will be back. You already know Cody, Shawn Spears, and FTR will be a group later on down the line. So we'll do those 4. That's Team Cody versus Rollins and his disciples. I don't goddamn know. Rollins and then goddamn he's on SmackDown, right? Who's not doing anything? Okay, Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, and I don't know, Lars Sullivan. I don't fucking know. What do you want from me? The WWE's roster sucks right now. God, man. Look, okay, so Rollins, Kevin Owens, I guess Daniel Bryan. No, I gotta save him for a different match. I didn't. What was that? Rollins, Kevin Owens, I guess Big E, and then we have to cross over someone, right? Okay, so Keith Lee, there you go. No, I don't want to do him either. I want to save him for somebody. Yeah, I'm taking Keith Lee out. AJ Styles. Nope, can't do him either. Damn, y'all. I can't do AJ Styles because I got him saved up. Braun Strowman. There. You good? Awesome. So those are your Survivor Series matches. Moving on. We'll do Champ versus Champ. So Darby Allin versus Sami. Well, do I want him to fight Sami Zayn or Bobby Lashley? Fuck no. Sami Zayn. Darby Allin versus Sami Zayn. We'll do Hangman Page, the drunkster, the drinker, Hangman Page against who would be a good one for him to fight? Don't want to do Bryan. Oh, AJ Styles. That's what I was saving it for. AJ Styles versus Hangman Page. That's gonna be a killer ass fucking match. There you go. That'd be great. The Dave Meltzer match of the night will be Daniel Bryan versus Kenny Omega. That's a 5-star classic right there. I just gave y'all a 5-star classic. But the main event of the evening will be Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, versus, I was gonna say, well, we can't do, nah, we're not doing him versus Jon Moxley. Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll do the Samoan Dynasty. Roman Reigns, the Usos. We'll bring in Rocky. I guess we could bring in some up and coming. We got some Samoan talent somewhere, but it'll be the Samoan Dynasty versus Chris Jericho and the that group whose name is escaping me. Wow, I'm tired. It's gonna come to me. Don't tell me. How did I blank on the name? Don't tell me. It'll come to me. I just gotta look it up. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm tired. Oh, I gave blood today. I gave blood today, so the Inner Circle. There you go. The Inner Circle versus the Samoan Dynasty. Oh, boy. I probably should not be doing this right now. And if I forgot this, how the fuck did I forget? How the fuck did I forget that? Boy, I'm tired. Let's get through this. I might have to speed through this real quickly. Demetrius Pettigrew, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who certified the results that Trump didn't win. Anyways, how long do you think WWE can go before they realize they need to get rid of Vince? They already realized it, but they have no choice but to stick with him. Vince ain't going nowhere, or they're not going to get rid of him until he dies. Sorry. That's reality. He needs to go. He's been need to go, but he ain't going nowhere until he dies. Do you think Stephanie, Triple H, and Shane can bring back the good old days? Anybody can bring back the good old days. That's not Vince. People that are sane and know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, I think Triple H could do a great job, and I think Shane would be an even better person.
What about us? What about us? What about us?
Cesaro versus Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega. Please.
Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun with that. Brian Wilmer. Do you think it would have been better suited for Taker and Sting to team together at WrestleMania 31 against Triple H and Bray Wyatt instead of having two singles matches? Why not just do Sting versus Taker? Why not just do Sting versus Taker? I'm waiting. It's 2015, right? Both can still go. Why not just do Sting versus Taker? What the freak ever. I'm not against a tag match, but man, if you can do Sting versus Taker, just do it. That's just my thoughts. Graham Allen from Sheffield, England. If you were in charge of Cesaro's booking, how would you book his contendership, his match, and his run? Win the Rumble, win at WrestleMania. And then have a long championship run. Like McIntyre has, because he deserves it. And I'm not changing it. Johnny Martinez from Virginia. With Rollins taking a break from WWE and focusing on Becky Lynch and the baby, do you think he will come back as a babyface? No. His years as a face are over. He will never, ever, ever, ever make that Chris Jericho ever be a babyface again. He will never be a face again. It's over. That match with Bray Wyatt at Hell in a Cell 2019, The Fiend, excuse me, it ruined his run as a face. Period. It's over. Forget about it. He's stuck as a heel. Maybe not the Messiah, but he's stuck as a heel. After their feud with Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, and Burch, do you think it's time for the Undisputed Era to be called up? Yeah, 2021 should be the time they get called up. It's time. It's time. They've been down there long enough. I'm shocked Pete Dunne hasn't been called up yet. That's for sure. But yeah, it's time. It's time for Adam Cole, baby, to have his run on top. I mean on top in WWE, Raw, or SmackDown. I think that's it for the Facebook questions. That is it. That is it. So let's now get to my not Twitter, but Twitter questions. So you can send me questions on Twitter using the hashtag AskAlex. Here we go. This comes from Tavon Jameson. If WWE did intergender matches today as if it was normal back then, which dream intergender match would I want to see? No, I don't got. Okay, I how's about Rowdy? I mean, she got her contract's expiring next year, so she needs to come back and have one more match. So we'll do Ronda Rousey and trying to think, Tommaso Ciampa versus Becky and Johnny Gargano. I just basically took my two favorite feuds that I want to see and put them together. But I guess they can't have Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano fight. God damn it. Okay, this. Oh man, let's keep Ciampa and Ronda. Let's keep Becky. I guess we can do Becky and Keith Lee. That doesn't seem like a good match. Maybe we do Big E and Ronda versus Keith Lee and Becky. I don't know. One of the combinations. That's what I would do. How about that? Do you ever see Bray Wyatt getting a shot at the title again? Oh, he's getting one very soon. Best believe. Best believe with the work he's doing? Oh, you already know. For all the people who say that wrestling is fake, what did you send me? That video's unavailable. Don't know what you sent me, but you'll have to resend it if you want me to answer that question. Corey Payne, should WWE I can't speak. Let me try this again. Should WWE computer randomize the draft like they did from 2007 to 2010 so it wouldn't be so predictable? Like they actually randomized the draft. They planned this shit out. They always plan it out. They just make it seem like it's randomized. Should it seem like it's more randomized? Should they put more effort in to make it feel more organic? Absolutely, I agree with you. But they're not. They're just not. David Sikaria from Hawaii. So many questions, but I want to ask, how can they improve the men and women's tag team divisions? Because they did. By getting rid of Vince. Which isn't happening anytime soon. Also, the NXT brand, are they losing their touch? Yes. They've really lost it. They've lost their way. Hopefully they get it back by 2021. Nathan from Indiana. What are some worst draft picks? What are some of the worst draft picks in WWE? History? Jim Ross going to SmackDown. That was dumb. I had to go back and think about who was traded during the drafts because it has become so obscure. I don't really have an answer anymore except for the one that I just gave you. So I'm going to move on to the next question. Boom. Yo, that's a hit, boy. That'll go viral on iTunes right there. That's going to get me millions of views. Who are your top 5 horror... What the hell I did say? It's going to get me millions of buys on iTunes. Who are your top 5 movie villains of all time? Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Hellraiser, Mike Myers. I almost... Mike Myers, right? Mike Myers. What? Mike Myers. What? Mike Myers. What? Predator. Actually, I'm gonna trade Hellraiser for the do I want to go with Alien and Predator? That just seems so goddamn. That's so goddamn typical. Freddy, Jason, Alien, Predator, and then insert just some random person. And Mike Myers. Right? That just seems so typical. I guess. Well, hold up. Joker's a villain, right? Joker! I just changed my mind. Get the hell out of there, Mike Myers. Joker's in there now. So there you go. Joker. Yeah, I did that. Yes, I did it! Moving on. Will AEW improve their women's division by signing more talent? They will improve their women's division by creating stories and giving us a reason to give a shit. How about that? What are your thoughts on Asuka's performance throughout this year? I think Asuka has been one of the bright spots in WWE, period. She has earned that championship. Thank you for Noob and Corporation, Noob and Cole, for that series of questions. Kai from London. As Kofi and Xavier drafted to Raw, would you have them turn on Big E? Yes! I think Kofi Kingston needs to turn heel. I think him and Xavier Woods should consider doing a heel run. Because I'm not feeling them as faces at all. I'm just not. How do I feel about Saul being one of the worst? Nah, I still gotta give it to Joker. I like the Saw movies, the first 3. And then after that, I'm just like, what the hell are we doing here? But yeah, absolutely. I think Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston should definitely turn heel. Not join the Hurt Business, but just turn heel. Bradley Xavier. Hi, Alex. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, Bradley. Which one of the scenarios do you think will bring mainstream back into WWE? CM Punk's return, an AEW invasion, or the announcement of Vince McMahon stepping down? Well, of the 3 you gave me, CM Punk's return will definitely bring back some fans. I don't think Vince is stepping down. I don't see AEW invading WWE. So CM Punk. Is there a good women's division? Oh, is there a good women's match on the main roster not involving the 4 horsewomen? Yeah. I believe. Okay, hold up. Wait. Let me think about it. Wait. Wait, that's Rhea. No, that's NXT. Oh, come on. Oh, that has to be one. Holy shit. Oh my god. I can't come up with one. I can't come up with a good match. So I guess no. Sorry. All the great, awesome matches involve Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, and Becky. So no. I can't answer that question. Legitimately, I can't. I don't know. I really don't know. That's hard as hell. Oh, man. Okay. Someone just said these are old questions. Yes, these are old questions. I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all that I would go back and answer some questions I didn't get a chance to answer before? I told y'all this. But, let me see. Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can get some actual, like, late questions. Okay. Here's one. Graham Allen. If there were 3 current wrestlers and 3 legends you would love to meet, who would they be? Thank you. That's a good question. If there were 3 current wrestlers and 3 current legends. McIntyre, Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan. Take that back. McIntyre, Daniel Bryan, Becky. I'm going with that list. Legends. Hogan, Shawn, Taker. Take that back. Austin, Shawn, Taker. Because they from Texas. Yeah, I'm going with that. I'm sticking with it. Scorp 18 Wrestling. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully much more popular than I am now. Doing bigger things, if you know what I mean. Has anybody ever interviewed you on YouTube? Hint, hint. Hint, 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 hint. Wink, wink, wink. No one has ever interviewed me on YouTube before now. Pick 5 stars you would like to see go to AEW. This question again. Oh my god. Cesaro. Chad Gable. Peyton Royce. Can I just say everybody? Can we just send everybody to A? Seriously, like, I want to send Aleister Black. I want to send Keith Lee. I want to send everybody to AEW. But you gave me 5. So there you go. Those are the 5. I just gave it to you there. T-Dog. Hey, it's T-Dog Channel. Hey, T-Dog Channel. From Nashville, Tennessee. Would you rather be the head of... Which show would I rather be the head writer of? Raw or SmackDown? Or NXT? The one show that doesn't mean I have to talk to Vince. So NXT. Let's see. What do you think WWE needs to do to make to be relevant creatively again? Drop Vince. I'll do a video on that later on. I have a series of videos coming for y'all in the month of December. You'll love what I have for you. All right, this is the last one from Chase Heidenreich from Illinois. So there's a rumor going around that WWE is planning on having Lana win the Royal Rumble with her coming out at number 30. I will unsubscribe. I'm not even reading the rest of it. I will unsubscribe. There's no way in hell that I would be okay with that. That's absolutely retarded. I don't give a damn, but that's not a nice word to say. Bianca Belair better win the Rumble this year. I'm serious. Unless you bring back Ronda Rousey and you do Ronda versus Becky Lynch. Unless you do that, I don't give a goddamn about anyone else but Bianca Belair. What's wrong with y'all? This is AEW fan. Who has the best choke slam? That's what he was trying to ask. Who has the best choke slam? I think Big Show. I've always thought Big Show / the Giant had the coolest goddamn choke slam. Because he puts his body behind it. Taker and Kane stand with their choke slam. Big Show, the Giant, he puts you up and then he slams. Like, he puts his body behind it. He says, whoa. That's what he does. He goes, whoa. Like a dog. Whoa. Whoa. How about that? That's the sound he makes when he chokeslams people. Whoa. Well, here comes the whoa. Why y'all subscribe to me? Why? It's the big whoa. Mustafa. Not Mustafa, but Mustafa. It's actually Mustafa. From Queens, New York. This is gonna be long, so I do not expect you to read the entire email. Oh my goodness. This is not a question, but it's something that I would like you to clarify. This is about the assertion that The Undertaker has to be on someone's top 5 list. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go. I knew eventually that this was gonna happen. I knew eventually that this was going to happen. I knew someone was gonna be like, well, Taker, you're asserting that Taker should. I'm just like, people just can't. Why can't people just be okay with a difference of opinion? Here we go. A few points to consider in which and of themselves are reasons that I completely disagree with your statement. Sure, Mustafa. Number one, oh my goodness, he gave me 10 points. Number one, just so you know about my history as a wrestling fan, here we go. I have been watching for 34 years, since he was 5 years old. I watched WWE, WWF, NWA, WCW, ECW, and World Class, and some of AEW. I'm just a big fanboy today. I watch every Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WWE pay-per-view, AEW, all the pay-per-views, every New Japan Pro Wrestling show, ever. And some NWA, some 205 Live, some Impact, some ROH, you name it. He watches everything. That's his first point. He watches everything. Point number 2. He got his 10. I am a huge fan of the Undertaker. Who isn't? Sometimes I even forgot how much I like and respect him, in the sense that I never really think about him being one of my personal favorites, but he absolutely is. He better be. Otherwise, we're not having this conversation. Number 3. I would not say I am a wrestling historian, but I read, listen, and watch so many things related to wrestling that I think I have at least a decent grasp on history. This is going to be important later. He's going to find a way to argue in some technical fashion that Taker is not a top 5. Here we go. Number 4, point number 4. There is no such thing as a greatest ever list. Pause. No shit. Let me just clarify this when I say it. When I say if Taker's not in your top 5, I don't take you seriously. I don't take you seriously. I do not equal billions of people around the world. Why the fuck do you give a shit if I take your list seriously? Because Taker's not in your top 5. Quite frankly, I am very stubborn. I grew up with Taker. I think he's one of the highest selling superstars to ever do it in wrestling. I think he has some of the greatest matches in wrestling. I think he has the best character, one of the best characters in wrestling. If he's not in your top 5, there's no way and when I say I'm not talking about Scorp 18 Talks Wrestling, or Tommy Click, or Quentin Gilbert, or Nathaniel Lugo, or Jimmy D, or Ultra Shot 97, Firestar Hart, or our boys, the moderators, Elias Demi, Sideways, Twisted Tempo, Michaela, what's up, Michaela? That's a girl. We got a girl in the house. What's up? Oh Lord, sorry, Michaela. They're gonna hit on you now. Axel Bonella. These guys might think differently of your list. I believe this one, I believe wholeheartedly, in my personal opinion, that Taker should be in your top 5. But I'll read the rest of your points. There's no such thing as the greatest of it. It's too subjective, which is my number one problem with what you said. He's basically just, I don't think he even grasped what I was trying to say. Some people may value different things than another person, whether it's a work rate list or no shit. Everybody's list is different. Everybody's list is different. I can't take everyone's list seriously, dude. I can't sit here and take every list that you put out to me seriously. You can have your list, you have a right to stand by your list, but unless Taker is in your top 5, me, just Alyx, doesn't take you seriously. But even as a thought experiment, and despite the fact that I have been watching and following wrestling for 34 years, I do not think I'm qualified to make a greatest of all time. These individuals somewhat. Why not? Why not, dude? Mustafa, I'm gonna call you Mustafa. Why not? Mustafa, who are your top greatest wrestlers of all time? There is no such thing as an objective list. It's all subjective. What's your favorite color? What is the best food in the world right now? What is the best city in the world? These are all subjective questions. Who are the greatest wrestlers of all time? Very subjective. It doesn't matter. I think it's crazy that everyone's like, it has to be objective. Why? Why does it have to be objective? Why does everything need to be completely void of human connection and compassion? That's the problem with wrestling nowadays. Everyone wants to lock themselves into this goddamn niche of a box where you have to think the exact same way. I don't think the way Jim Cornette thinks. I don't think the way Dave Meltzer thinks. I don't think this is the way Vince McMahon thinks. Neither do they. I don't think how you think. I'm not knocking you, Mustafa, for thinking Taker's not in your top 5. If you don't think Taker's in your top 5, I don't give a shit. I just don't take your list seriously. You could have your list, I don't take it seriously. And you should be okay with that. Lord, number 5. I am not saying that people should not have their list. It is fun to see what people's lists are. The problem is you saying Taker has to be in someone's top 5. Let's finish what he has to say. I don't mind anyone saying that Taker is in their top 5. Mustafa, I love you, man. I really do. You literally spent the first 4 points saying that you have a problem, but then you say you don't mind. What is it? I don't mind saying the Taker is in their top 5. Will he be in mine? I will tell you at the end. I swear to God, if Taker is in his top 5, I'm gonna break this window right here. Gave me the runaround. He made him number 5. I swear to God. Y'all crazy. Jim Cornette said the Taker may have had the greatest career of all time. In WWE? Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Many people who are historians think he is the greatest gimmick of all time. That's debatable. Very debatable. Could be. I do not have a problem with any of that. However, there we go. Number 7. If someone does have the Taker in the top 5 greatest of all time, while I am okay with that, I'm fine if he's number 1 on people's list because it can only be an opinion. My first assumptions are that that person has not watched a lot of non-wrestling. A lot of non-WWE wrestling, or that person does not have a grasp of wrestling history, or was around the Taker in the locker room and has tremendous amount of respect for him. I'm not saying that I would be right, but those are what my first assumptions. And you have that right to have that assumption. Dude, you do not have to take my top 5. Dude, if I was to make a top 10 list of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and you don't take it seriously, you have that right. Some people feel like if John Cena's not in their top 10, they don't take that list seriously. I understand that. I completely understand that. I don't care. It's your list. It's your list, my man. For real, for real. I'm just saying. It's just an opinion. At the end of the day, it's just an opinion. Let me see what I want to see what he does. If he does put Taker in his top, if he puts him in his top 5, I'm gonna throw something through this window. Saying that the Undertaker has to be in someone's top 5 list is really dismissive of history. How? Like, seriously, how? Greatest gimmick in WWE history. One of the longest tenures. 30 years. Millionaire. Multiple gimmicks. Survived numerous eras. Wrestled and beat what is said to be the greatest. Wrestled Austin, beat him. Wrestled Hogan, beat him. Wrestled The Rock, beat him. Wrestled Shawn Michaels, beat him. Wrestled Ric Flair, beat him. Wrestled Triple H, beat him. Wrestled Bret Hart, beat him. Did he wrestle Macho Man Randy Savage? He didn't wrestle Andre, I know that for sure. But you name it. Like, we beat her all day. Beat him. Multiple time world champ. Multiple WrestleMania streak, for Christ almighty. I'm not just I am not at all dismissive of that point. And I know I sound like an asshole. I'm coming across as an asshole right now, but dude, how could you say I'm dismissive when you look at the facts? How the fuck can he not be in your top 5? Now we're talking objectively. If we're judging this objectively, he better be in your top 5. But even subjectively, I just kind of like, how could he not be at least number 5? At least number 5. Name me, seriously, like the only other people that can be above him, quite frankly, Rock, Austin, Hogan, Ric Flair. I don't know, dude. Well, let's read the rest of it. I can't come up with dozens of wrestlers who can be in a legitimate top 5 list with even consider Taker. No, you can't. You probably okay. Actually, that was mean. I apologize for that. Yeah, okay, because that's subjective. That's you. But your top 5 won't be anyone else's top 5. What you feel and what you view isn't objectively correct. Mustafa. Number 9, I have not seen all these names, but what from what I read, the people who I am about to mention that I have not certainly have an agreement with, Wait a minute. Let's read this again. I have not seen all these names, but from what I read, the people who I am about to mention that I have not seen certainly have an argument, and I know the people who I have seen do have an argument. Stone Cold Steve Austin is number 1 on my list, so yeah, he's above Taker. The Rock is number 4, he's behind Taker. Hogan is number 2, he's above Taker. Who the hell? Who's El Santo? Huh? Ricky Dog. I don't even know some of these names. What the hell? Randy Savage is a top 10. Lawler is a top. Really? You would put Jerry Lawler over the Undertaker? Shawn Michaels, that one's sticky. That one I will be okay with. Shawn is someone I'm okay with you putting over Taker. Bret Hart is another one I'm okay with you putting over Taker. I wouldn't put Taker over Bret Hart, but I wouldn't put Bret Hart over Taker, but yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Triple H, I wouldn't be okay with you putting Triple H over Taker. I think Triple H is definitely a top 10, but over Taker? I'm waiting for the Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm waiting for that one. Let's see here. Luthez. Oh, Lord. Luthez, Bruno Sammartino. They had their moment in the sun. They are one of the greatest of all time, but let's be real. Wrestling became popular once Hogan came into the picture. Right? Okay. And then Austin and Rock took what Hogan did and basically destroyed everything that he set into motion. Chris Jericho, I love Jericho, but he's not better than Undertaker. Chris Jericho would slap the piss out of you if you ever said he was better than the Undertaker. No, I'm serious. He would say that. You can think that. You can have that opinion, but that's not going to work. Nick Botwinkle. Love Nick Botwinkle. Not better than Taker. Roddy Piper. One of the greatest heels of all time. Not better than Taker. Harley Race. One of the best wrestlers of all time. Not better than Taker. Dusty Rhodes. Fucking love Dusty. But even Cody would tell you he's not better than Taker. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. Never grew up with him. Don't know much about him. Not better than Taker. Gorgeous George. Not better than Taker. Terry Funk. Love me some Terry Funk. Not better than Taker. Antonio Inoki. I have no idea. I don't know much about him. I know he was like one of the best New Japan Pro wrestlers out there, but not really all that in his work. Bruiser Brody, love me some Bruiser Brody, not better than Taker. That is a comprehensive list. I just thought 25 was a good place to stop. I am not saying people cannot think The Undertaker is better than any of these wrestlers. You better not be, because you gave me, out of all the people on that list, you gave me potentially 4. I think. Yeah, you potentially 4 that you put above Taker. Hogan, Austin, Rock, and who did I say? Was it Ric Flair? Ric Flair. Oh no, it wasn't Ric Flair. Hogan, Austin, Rock, and yeah, that was right. I said it right. And then I said I wouldn't be mad if you put HBK, Bret Hart, or Triple H over Taker. I just think I wouldn't. I am saying that it is insulting to dismiss a great wrestler of all time. How is it insulting? How is it insulting? Someone explain to me. Explain to me. How is it insulting to say I think Undertaker is better than Shawn Michaels? What is so bad about that? Someone explain to me. Why is that insulting? Someone can come up to me and be like, I think Eva Marie is better than Shawn Michaels. I will laugh my ass off. I think that's fucking crazy, but you have that right. I don't care. I really do not care. It's not insulting to like a certain wrestler more than the others. It really isn't. It really isn't. I don't care whether you think all these guys are better than Taker. I don't see how you could. Dude, seriously? I want to get to the top number 10, because I want to see if he actually put Taker in his top 5. But I just came up with a legitimate top 25 list that does not have to include Taker. I think you're crazy if you how anybody could make. So wait a minute. This is a legit 25, and you don't have Taker on there. Okay, well, Mustafa, if that's your top 25 list, you have that right to have that list. I am not taking that seriously. Matter of fact, I can ask all the people in this live chat right now, if that was your top 25 list and Taker was not in it, who would take that seriously? Seriously, like who would take that list seriously? And watch this, number 10. In conclusion, as I said, I do not really believe in greatest ever lists. But if I were to have one, I don't think Taker would make my top 5. But watch this. Let's see. I don't think even if I limit it to wrestlers that I have seen, I think the Undertaker has a strong case for top 5. He even has a strong case for number 1. I would just not put him in my top 5 or even the top 10 list. I'm trying to figure out what he was trying to say here. Was he trying to say, Alyx, let me have my own opinion, I don't have to think like you? Is that what you're trying to say, Mustafa? Because I never told you or asked you to think about wrestling like I do. Think like me. Have I ever at any point in time told anyone to think like me? For real, I'm asking y'all legitimately. Have I ever come up here and said, y'all should think like me? Mustafa, if Taker's not in your top 10, great. I have the right to not take it seriously. Why should I? If you think it's such a strong list, that's your list. But I can guarantee you, Mustafa, if you put a top 10 greatest of all time wrestlers list on any website and it does not include Taker, it will get pwned, it would get shat on, it would get stomped over and pissed on by a good 90% of the wrestling audience. But it's your list. So who gives a shit? If that's your list, be proud of it. I just don't take it seriously. Let's end it with Isaiah Webb. Isaiah Webb is my boy. He's one of the most dedicated fans. And why is that shoe on the bed? I just tossed my shoes all over the place. One of the most dedicated fans of my channel. I want to give him some love. So Isaiah Webb, thank you for continuing to support me, and hopefully you can support me into 2022. 2022, but 2021. Of course, do that first. First question: what would you consider to be RBD's prime years? And if he was to tag team with Matt Riddle, name 3 teams from Rob's prime for them to fight. And 3 from Matt's prime for them to fight. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ, dude. RBD's prime years, without question, is 1996 to 2006. Although I'm pretty sure he was able to get some things done after that. That 10-year gap was prime RVD. So that RVD in the tag team with Matt Riddle would be fucking awesome. 420 all day, baby. Tag teams, 3 teams in Rob's time? So the 90s? I would see them fighting the Dudleys, Edge and Christian and Hardys. Hell yeah. I can see that tag team really doing some great things with those 3. In terms of Matt's prime, as in now, shoot. FTR, Young Bucks, Jurassic Express, I don't know. There are no good tag teams in WWE right now, so I went to AEW. Leave me alone. So there you go. That's my answer to your question. All right, number 2. This is the last one. He wants me to give him advice. I'm always open to giving someone advice. And this will be the last thing I do because Raw's getting ready to come on, so I'll let you guys go after this. My family has been heavily critical about my employment status at Amazon as a delivery driver. Hey, man, gotta make your money. Okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes here. I'm happy at the job, make decent money. Try this again. I'm happy at the job, make decent money, and I have benefits. But they feel the need to put their stamp and micromanage everything and tell me that I should leave Amazon because it's a job and not a career. I already have an issue with that, but let's finish what he has to say. I'm the one who has to finance a car from my dealer, pay Geico for insurance, buy parts, and pay for labor. Also rent, utilities, phone, groceries, PS5, etc. Going out to clubs, bars, hanging out with girls. Do you have a girlfriend too? I'm pretty sure you got a girlfriend. If you don't, you're gonna get one. That's extra money. Girlfriends are expensive. Okay. Good girlfriends, the ones who treat you right, they're expensive. And I'm not getting help with any of it. And I'm okay with that because I'm doing this solo. I'm tired of them telling me what to do in my life as if they're paying my bills. Any advice? Isaiah, I don't even give a damn how old you are. You got you a job. You got you a car. You can stand up for yourself. Straight up tell them, I'm going to live life how I want to live life. Because you're paying for you're self-sufficient. You want to stay at that job? Isaiah, if you want to stay at Amazon for the rest of your goddamn life, you have that right. I don't think you're going to. I don't even think you want to. But if that's where you want to be right now so you can be independent, where you can get on your feet and then later on decide you want to do something else, you have that right. Here's why I don't understand. Right here. They want you to quit because it's a job and not a career. Why can't you have both? Why can't you have this job and then start your own career? That happens literally all the time. You can still start your own career while working. That's how it's done. So they want you to give up the job, not have any money resource, and then put all your eggs in the same basket as a career. Dude, here's what I'm going to tell you. And this is what I told to my friend a while ago. I was having a conversation with an anonymous best friend of mine who was going through the same issue. This person's parents tried to tell that person how to live their life and what they expected of them. And here's what I told them. No one can live your life but you. No one knows your happiness but you. No one can tell you how to be happy but you. No one can tell you what's good for you, what's best for you, except you. You know what's best for you. You know what's good for you. And the people who understand you and know you and love you and support you, they'll understand that. I'm sorry, like, a family that is trying to control your life is not something you need right now. Dude, you want to work at Amazon? Work your ass off. Make your money. Now, make sure you're on time. Make sure you're not causing any trouble. Make sure you're not being a bad employee. Make sure you're doing the best you can to be the best worker that you can in any job or any career that you're going for. But absolutely not. Don't let anyone tell you how to live your life. Especially now. You got your own car. You got your own job. You're self-sufficient. You're not relying on them. You're not a burden to them. It'd be one thing if they were paying for everything. It would be one thing if they were paying for your school, if they were paying your car, they were paying your bills, they were paying all that shit. Then that's a different story. You got to do what you have to do to make them happy because you're under their umbrella. You're not under their umbrella right now. So I'm sorry. You can tell them no. And if they love you, they'll be okay with that. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It's your life. You live the life that you want to live. Okay? That's my advice to you. Let me know how it goes, man. Guys, that's going to be it for me. I am going to cut it off right here because Raw's getting ready to start in 5 minutes. Y'all enjoy Raw. I don't expect it to be good. If it really is good, you might see me again. I don't know. Psych. But this is Alex. Just Alex signing off right here in Alex's World. Thank you for tuning into this Q&A. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.